Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Plant Experiment Monday, and boy do I have an update today. Last August, I propagated some Monstera Dubia cuttings, and I utilized the butterfly method, which is really cutting around the different nodes along the vine and then just laying them on top of soil. It worked beautifully. They grew new roots, grew even new leaves, and they grew so large that I thought to myself, okay, I should probably transfer them to soil and start mounting them so that they can follow their phenotype, which is shingling up against, a board or a stake or something to allow it to climb vertically. I totally forgot about that, and January was really the last time I took a peek at how the cuttings are doing. Well, we are in May now, and it's been 4 months, and I have not even checked on these cuttings. The cool thing is, you can see here, now this is a to-go container, and I often will recycle several of my plastic or to-go containers just to try to repurpose the plastic in our home. Now, because it's airtight, and after I watered the plants and the soil was wet, I placed this along the kitchen counter right next to the window. And every morning the sun kind of peers through, it shines on the container for, I want to say, a half an hour. And in that half an hour, it's enough to warm and heat up the container where it evaporates the water. It allows it to condense on top of the lid, and then with the water droplets, it starts falling down on top of the plants and back into the soil like precipitation. And that is the hydrologic cycle. Now, if the cycle were outdoors, there's a couple additional steps, but because this is our propagation vessel and it's indoors, there's a couple of steps like percolation that's not even within the cycle. The crazy thing to me is that I have not watered this container for 4 months. That is awesome. So literally when I say, when you propagate, set it and forget it, I forgot it for 4 months. All right, let's take a look at how they are doing. I'm a little nervous because I'm suspecting there may be some dead plants in here. Hopefully that's not the case, but we're soon going to find out. Okay, here we go. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. What really shocks me right away is seeing how the different vines of the cuttings have just started kind of crawling and sprawling on their own. You can see some aerial roots with root hairs that are really trying to maximize the root surface area, and that helps them to absorb more moisture, which is what a lot of these climbing plants do. I'm also noticing the Begonia amphioxus cutting that I put in here that I almost killed is doing really well. I totally forgot about this little guy. I should probably transplant it into its own container, but it's doing so well, so maybe I'll just leave it alone. But one of the things that I am noticing is that because the plants are not able to truly climb and shingle, the leaves are very small. So if the plant's unable to follow its phenotype, then this is going to be the end result. Also, I'm noticing that many of the newer small leaves don't have their striking pattern that are on the leaves normally. And that tells me it's simply because they're not getting enough light. Remember, plants are going to overcompensate for lack of light by producing more chlorophyll in their leaves for the process of photosynthesis to be able to create more energy, more food, more sugar for itself. And that's what's going on here. I think definitely I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these guys. They should be allowed to grow. They need to, so that they can grow beautifully and healthy rather than confined here. But I just love this hydrologic cycle in this container because I haven't touched it. I haven't watered it in 4 months. And you can see just how wet the soil still is, which is fantastic. Oh my gosh, I love this. Like, this is my type of indoor planting almost. If I can set it and forget it, sold. And I love the fact that because the container is sealed airtight, there are no pest issues. There are no fungus gnats. There's really, I'm not seeing any issues really, other than that the plant is a little squished in here and it's not able to really climb, and it's not getting enough light, and the leaves are much smaller than they should be. But despite all of that, it's still doing great. So yeah, I should actually move them. I've got to figure out where I'm going to move them. Ideally, I think if I can find another plastic to-go container that we already have in the house, repurpose it so that the plants can just simply be transferred, that would be great. And if it's a taller piece of plastic, that would be ideal so that they can just start growing upright. I don't know. I've got to brainstorm a little bit more on what I'm going to do with these, but they look fantastic. I'm super thrilled to see that, you know, I'm not seeing any loss here. Like, there are no dead plants in here. And that really astonishes me. I thought I was going to at least come across a couple of dead plants, which of course is my fault, but they're all healthy. They're all thriving. And that's just one of the things that I absolutely love about nature. A lot of times we think that we need to intercede, assist, or help our plants to live their best lives. But if we leave them alone, if they have the right environment and the right conditions and leave them alone, oftentimes they will figure out a way and thrive all by themselves with no help from us. So thank you, cuttings. I'm so glad that you guys are doing well. I will figure out what I'm going to do with you guys, and probably give an update in the next, I'd say probably 3 or 4 weeks to just share with you guys what I decided to do. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. There's also a notification bell that will alert you of when I drop my next video. As always, I hope this video was helpful for someone, and thanks so much for watching.